Next game we have on the list is the Chargers versus the Raiders, and it was Jim Harbaugh's first appearance as the head coach officially in a regulation game for the Chargers, and a good win for him. It was definitely Jim Harbaugh type football out there. I thought Herbert was excellent. In the role that he had to play, managing the team and doing what was asked of him. And then I thought you saw the Chargers eventually with Bosa and Mack just setting a tone on the line and doing an excellent job in controlling the quite honestly an inept Raider team. Uh, I think the Raiders are in for a long year. I thought going into this they were going to be in for a long year, and I have the Chargers just on the cusp of being a playoff team. So it went kind of how I thought it was going to go. I know we had a bet on this one, so just how'd the code do, and what were your thoughts on this one?
So we did. We bet the Chargers -3. We made the line about 28-15, roughly, was our projection, which is 43, 42 and a half is what the total was. We were right in line with what the total, but we liked the Chargers by 13. They ended up winning by 12. So I will take that. It's a nice,
Yep.
easy win that turned into a real no sweat win down the stretch when the Chargers got into the end zone. I mean, and this is what you're going to get. The Raiders were the Raiders. I mean, Gardner Minshew threw for 250, touchdown and a pick. He's got Jacoby, he's got Devontae, and he's got the tight ends. But outside of that, I don't expect him to do a ton rushing the football.
Yep.
And for the Chargers, again, it was a Jim Harbaugh type of game. They were going to try to be more physical. They were going to run the football. They were right around balanced in terms of run to pass. But I thought Herbert, what did he end up with? 144. But I will say this about the Chargers: they had injuries everywhere, and they still won.
Yep.
They basically had Ladd and Quentin Johnston as wide receivers, and then that was about it. And they still found a way to win. And in the NFL, that's one of the most important things, is just getting a W at the end of the day.
Yep, and that's what they did, and it's also nice to see that the code was pretty much right on this game, and helped us bring home a unit for us and our clients, and that's the main thing as well.
Yeah.
We're putting money in people's pockets and our own pockets for that matter.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I mean,
that's never a bad
everything
thing.
we give out, we're betting ourselves. If you don't believe us,
Yeah.
we post every ticket to our Instagram every single day.
Yeah. And I mean, and this Chargers team, once again, I've been talking about my impression on after our first week. And Chargers look like a Jim Harbaugh led team, and I think they are going to be on the cusp of being a playoff team. I don't know if they're going to have enough overall talent to get into the playoffs. Like you said, they were depleted there yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
but they've got enough talent, and Herbert is top five quarterback that is not going to let that team lose.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, the Raiders just don't have that identity yet. I mean, I would love to see them get there, but they're just not there yet. They are a couple drafts and a couple years away from turning this around,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't know if Pierce as a coach is going to be given that amount of time to
I
get
will
it
say
done.
this though, J.K. Dobbins, I thought he showed great vision. Um,
Yep, I agree.
I do think, and I think Harbaugh was talking about it earlier, where he looked faster and all that. I think J.K. Dobbins lost a step. He had a couple runs where he got to the secondary and he should have been gone, and he either
Oh,
just
you ran
ran
out of
out of
gas.
gas, but
Yeah, yeah,
he had a couple that should have been touchdowns that were not touchdowns.
yeah.
At the end of the day, he still ran for 135 yards, but again, I'd be worried coming off of the injury that he had that he's not quite. And if he's not now, we'll see. Maybe it was a conditioning thing. Maybe it
Yep.
was he's just lost that fourth gear. But we'll have to wait and see on that one.
We'll have to wait and see, but it was a nice win for the Chargers. A nice, easy, like you said, no sweat bet for us. So at the end of the day, great call. Great
Mm-hmm.
call on pulling those units home for us, and that money, being able to go the window is always a positive.
Absolutely.